¿Listos?
Hello everybody, it's 123
Y
9
nerviosos.
and I know you usually do live stuff. I'm always playing video games. But today's a special occasion because we have the FIFA World Cup drawings and I'm kind of really wanted to show my reaction to it and see. I have a big old book, everything written down in it because I like to write down the shit. So yeah, we're gonna see what teams get paired against each other. I'll see my reaction to them and upload it on the internet. I don't know. That's just for fun. Honestly. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on my 123 914 channel, so let's put it on my 123 soccer. I'm probably gonna put it on 123 914. But I'm excited. I'm really excited. There's so many good teams from, I'm going to mention all the teams we have right now. In the first pot, we have Qatar, Belgium, Brazil, France, Argentina, England, Spain, and Portugal. Second pot, we have Denmark, Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, Croatia, Mexico, USA, and Uruguay. Pot number 3, we have Senegal, Iran, Japan, Morocco, Serbia, Poland, South Korea, and Tunisia. And pot number 4, we have Canada, Cameroon, Ecuador, Saudi Arabia, and Ghana as confirmed right now. But we still have 3 more places that are going to be available, with the winner of both Ukraine and Scotland going to play against Wales for that first position. New Zealand will play against Costa Rica for the second one, and the United Arab Emirates will be playing against Australia to see which one of them will face against Peru to see who gets that third position. But regardless, we already know the first one obviously because Qatar has to go in the first ball. Qatar's the first ball, be in the first group, which honestly people are going to be begging to be in that group because to have Qatar as the hardest one in their group, you're gonna have like all of Group A, B, C, and 2, 3, and 4 really excited to see if they can possibly get that ball. Out of all the ones that are in the first pot, none of them are easy. Belgium, Brazil, France, even Argentina nowadays are like 4th in the FIFA World Rankings. Just a little bit behind France, and that's crazy considering how much talent France has with Kylian Mbappe, Antoine Griezmann, Karim Benzema, fucking Jules Koundé. You have all these really good players. And considering Argentina used to be really kind of bad. Last World Cup, they were in the second pot. And now they're in the first pot, which is really good. So 32 nations, they're explaining it right now. Obviously, I can't show the live feed because I'll get in some deep shit. Yeah, the video won't be online, basically. So, how are the pots set aside? Yeah. Let me put pause real quick and I'll put play when you start again. It seems like they're done explaining all of the everyone should know at this point. So we're about to start, and Qatar's already been pulled out, so they're gonna obviously fill out all the groups one by one from the top one pot.
So Carly, could you remind us of the teams in pot 1, please?
Absolutely. We have Qatar, Brazil, Belgium, France, Argentina, England, Spain, and Portugal. Which I also wrote down the names of the players I think were the best of each country. From Qatar, you have Hassan Al-Haydos. Belgium has Kevin De Bruyne, or De Bruyne, the way it's actually pronounced. Brazil has Neymar, France has Kylian Mbappe, Argentina have Lionel Messi, England have Harry Kane, and Spain with Pedro Gonzalez. These are all my personal opinion, by the way. And Portugal with Cristiano Ronaldo, because you can't deny the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo is indeed the GOAT of Portugal. As in GOAT of all time, personally I find Messi the best of all time. However, you can't really deny everything Ronaldo's achieved in his life. The stream's starting to lag out a little bit now that we're finally to the fucking...
Y es la única selección, como se explicaba, que está
ya recolocada. So Qatar's already been confirmed. Qatar's already the first one to be already confirmed to be in Group A.
Y aquí la posición.
Oh, it's nerve-wracking, so you never know. I'm kind of like, you want to see good matches, and honestly, I really think I'm really rooting for Argentina. I really hope if Argentina can win the World Cup this year, it'd be amazing. Okay, here we go. We're finally getting to the balls that we don't know anything about. So, ball number 1, number 2, technically, because Qatar already came out. England.
Inglaterra.
Okay. England been picked. It depends on which group they go to now.
1966.
Gareth Southgate looking kind of sus. Get this motherfucker out of there, bro. You're gonna take like 6 different right backs to the World Cup. Trash. Ignoring all the good players such as James Ward-Prowse, fucking watching that Tammy Abraham not even go, even though he's killing it in Roma. So he's gonna be in. It's gonna be in B.
Todos los que salgan precisamente de ese bombo 1 irán a la posición.
So England will be in Group B, in position 1.
Esta la de Inglaterra. Foden, Kane, Sterling.
Okay, we're already starting off pretty good. We're starting off pretty good. Argentina, papu!
Argentina won the FIFA World Cup in 1978.
Okay, so Argentina's there, and we can see Pablo Scaloni right there listening, and I love the man, bro. He is a smart coach. He brings out every single aspect of the team and puts it on the field in a perfect balance from defense, midfield, and attack. And they might finally made it to where Messi. They finally made it to the point where Messi wasn't the focal point. Messi's now like part of the group, obviously. But you have everybody else. You have players like Di Maria doing their job. Lautaro Martinez has been a revelation for them. Nahuel Molina. I never knew who Nahuel Molina was until he showed up for Argentina. I saw, damn, that guy's really good. Argentina will be the heads of Group C. Argentina. France will be the head leaders in Group D.
Y ese sí es un eventual cruce con la selección de Argentina.
So Group D eventually. So at some point France should everything go their way, France will play against Argentina again, depending on which positions they get, obviously.
El camino Francia después de la Copa del Mundo del 98 que quede eliminada.
It's going to be like a bit of a rematch considering the fact that France knocked out Argentina in the 2018 World Cup 4-3, which was an amazing game, by the way. Argentina playing shit under Sampaoli, like entirely shit. They had no idea where they were going. The substitutions that make sense in some games, like Croatia, bringing in Dybala like in the last 2 minutes, is brain dead to me. We have Spain leading Group E.
Una selección que está mucho más armada de lo que vimos en la última edición. En el partido que jugaron en Londres contra Islandia, una amistosa ganaron por 5-0.
Spain done, so that only leaves 3 more groups, all being Portugal, Belgium, and Brazil.
Veremos a ver con quién le toca.
Oh, I can't wait to get to the part where we actually get these are all the obvious ones.
Da igual, dice Luis Enrique.
Da igual. So you see Luis Enrique, he's acting a little cocky. He's like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're still gonna get this done. That's what they're thinking in their head, at least. I'm telling you, whoever get Group A are gonna be so lucky. If it's Mexico, they're gonna be so lucky because Mexico had a disastrous World Cup. They might have got second. And it's crazy because if Mexico would have beat United States in the Azteca, because United States lost to Costa Rica the game after that, United States would have went to the playoff spots instead of going directly in. And that would have been a repeat. Americans would have been all... I'm an American, but if my country calls it soccer, I do not respect you, my bruh. I didn't see they put that. That's what you're talking.
Cabeza de serie. Bélgica.
Oh, Belgium. Okay, so Belgium will be the leaders of Group
con mayor capacidad, con mayor cuota de goles.
Un total de 16, Marcos.
So that only leaves Brazil and Portugal for
A ver, ¿dónde va Brasil?
The last 2 groups. And it's gonna be Brazil.
El Penta.
Brazil.
Sonrió Tite. El Penta campeón del grupo G.
Brazil will be leaders of Group G.
With 5 titles, and they're the only team to have featured in every edition.
So we'll see. Brazil have been a little slacking a little bit when it comes to the defense part of the game because Marquinhos, Thiago Silva are obviously getting older. And they have Eder Militao, but besides that, I can't really think of, to the top of my head, any world-class center backs that they have. Their midfield is always good with players like Fabinho and Lucas Paqueta, Artur Melo. All of them good players, and it's just a matter of time until their defense can also step up that next level. But the attack is just fantastic right now, and it's gonna be I don't know who the coach is for Brazil, but we all know that he's gonna have a headache when it comes to deciding who should you put on, how should you organize the attack, considering we have Neymar and Vinicius Jr. on that left side. As a striker position, I'm not sure if they'll take Richarlison, because he's had a really bad season with Everton this year. However, it's either him or Firmino. So you never know. I can't think of any other Brazilian strikers that stand out a lot. And the right wing, they have Anthony.
Claro.
Rafinha, so they have a lot of good players that can play on that right side too. So it's good. It's a good headache. It's a good headache. And Portugal are the leaders of Group H. So we have all the originals. So now we're finally get to the part where we don't know who's playing against each other.
And in part
Alemania, el que todos quieren evitar. De aquí sale el partido inaugural.
People are saying that they wanted to avoid Germany at all costs. Personally, I think everyone might want to avoid the Netherlands.
Right,
Los grupos Lothar Matthäus.
give them a good
So we're finally
win.
getting to the part. We're finally getting to the best part of this whole situation now. The part where it's like nice and nerve-wracking for everybody. So the first ball to come out of Group B is
Holanda.
the Netherlands.
The Netherlands have finished.
I'm not a Netherlands fan. I just like collecting jerseys. I needed an orange jersey, and this was a jersey that looked pretty good.
First time since 2014.
A ver,
So
which group will they be in?
Group A.
Del grupo A va Holanda. Si
The
es
Netherlands will be
A2,
facing either
es el
Qatar,
partido
England, Argentina,
inaugural.
France, Spain, Belgium, Brazil, and Portugal. And they can go into the groups where there's where European teams, considering that 5 groups need to have at least 2 European teams. A4, they will be in the Qatar group.
The Netherlands.
So
Lota, mix them up real good,
Siguiente.
another ball.
Bolita que saldrá será rival de Inglaterra.
okay, so Netherlands already done. Next one,
Estados
the United
Unidos.
States
A.
will be in Group
United
B.
States of America are competing.
So they will
in
play.
their
They will
11th
play against
World
England
Cup.
at some point.
Their best ever showing at a World Cup.
La selección de todo conocerá
Way back
su
in
posición
1930
ahora.
when they reached the semi-finals.
Yeah,
Si
America
el
kind of
Perú
sucks.
debuta contra
I mean,
Inglaterra.
I will be rooting for my country. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like I'm gonna pretend I don't want them to beat England or those teams like that. However, I just don't see them beating England, considering how much talent England have in this likes of Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Jadon Sancho, Phil Foden, and they'll be in
Zapó de
B3.
Inglaterra en el debut.
So B3 for
Y te
United
digo una
States
cosa, Andrés,
of America.
para lo que vivió Estados
Okay,
Unidos
so
hace
USA will
4
be in
años,
B3.
el
It's
avance que
good.
tuvo
It's good.
y
It's good.
colocarse en
You love to
este
see it.
bombo 2 representa un progreso
So the United States
enorme.
checked off. Next ball to be confirmed. Who's gonna be playing against Argentina?
Sale el
Do not let it be Germany. If it's Germany, I swear to God.
México. el
Mexico.
grupo de Argentina.
Mexico.
Mexico versus Argentina. That's gonna be a really good game.
17th FIFA World Cup. They haven't missed
Octava
a
participación consecutiva de la selección mexicana.
Mexico will play against Argentina in the FIFA World Cup 2022. It depends
C
who,
for
like,
Mexico.
what position they
Ali,
get.
Could you please to pot C for me?
Vamos a ver con quién abre México.
Are they playing? I can't think of it. It's
Iraní.
so nerve-wracking because I love both countries. Mexico, my dad's Mexican, and I grew up in Mexico for a long time in my life. But Argentina were the first nation I fell in love with in 2014 when I started watching football. C3.
C3. Habrá que ver si esto no
C3
altera
for Mexico.
un partido amistoso.
So Mexico
que
will
tiene
be
planeada
in
la selección mexicana en
C3.
el Rose Bowl de Los Ángeles contra la selección argentina en la
So
fecha
that's gonna be an interesting
FIFA
one.
de septiembre.
Really interesting game right there between Argentina and
Sí,
Mexico.
recordar la gente
Mexico
que no
had
se
a
puede
really poor
enfrentar
campaign,
los
to be
equipos que
honest.
salgan en
To
el mismo
qualify,
grupo.
they've had a few slumps along the
viene
way,
el
which I
rival de
didn't understand. They
Francia.
had a hard time with Honduras and El Salvador. Denmark will be in the same group as
Denmark
France.
reached the round of 16 in 2018 and will make their 6th.
The heartbreaking story with Christian Eriksen. I don't know, obviously, I'm not big enough for people who saw my video where I was.
So it'll be Group D.
D3. Hasta ahora
So Denmark. go
Denmark in
into
D3.
Group
todos
D
han salido
with
como
France.
terceros
Sí.
de los 4.
Todavía no
Yeah, the
tenemos
heartbreaking story with
un
Christian
duelo
Eriksen.
Todavía no.
He's finally back and he scored 2 goals
Aquí viene el
already.
rival de
It's
España,
crazy.
Carlota.
A ver, vamos a ver.
So Denmark will be D3 position.
Ay, no.
Germany.
Alemania.
Germany! Oh my god, Germany are playing against Spain! That's crazy.
Oh, there you go, later. Right.
Nah, I still think Spain will whoop them.
Germany
Germany missing Toni Kroos retired early and their squad has been
No se
looking a little
puede quitar
lackluster.
esa sonrisa de Lothar Matthäus. Aquí está Hansi Flick.
You have Timo Werner up in front like as a striker and he's not providing as much as you would want him to.
Esta es una
I don't know, I think this will be like probably Manuel Neuer's last World Cup maybe.
So Tim, can you please remove
God
the ball
forbid
from
they won't give Ter Stegen a chance, but honestly he doesn't really deserve it this year. Ter Stegen's had a bit of a shitty year, to be honest, so probably deserves to be on the bench. And they'll be in what position?
E3.
E3. We got
E3
we got
as Germany.
three threes in a row.
Spain.
Like USA got
Y nadie quiere
D3,
enfrentar,
Mexico got
evidentemente,
C3, Denmark got
al país, a la
D3, and now we
selección
have
que
Germany
más
with
finales
E3.
tiene en la historia de Copas del Mundo, y es precisamente Alemania.
Croacia,
That's gonna be hard.
Suiza,
That's gonna be a good game. Germany v
Uruguay.
Spain.
quedan
Croatia
Croacia, rival
will
de
play against
México,
Belgium.
o en el grupo.
That's gonna be a good game too. Considering Luka Modric still plays. I don't get why Ivan Rakitic stopped playing for Croatia. But Luka Modric, Andrej Kramaric,
Qualified for 6
got a lot of
seven World
in
Cups
the
since their
Croatia
debut
lineup.
in 1998.
Depends who we got.
Y lo
They
que
have
tenemos, Andrés,
Mislav
han
Orsic, who's been a
partido de
revelation
calificar
lately.
precisamente a la Copa
I mean,
del
I
Mundo.
always knew he was a good player,
Terminó en
but
el
he's been a
último
revelation
partido
lately
del
when he
certamen.
like his goals versus West Ham and Tottenham. I mean, he single-handedly knocked out Tottenham in the Europa League last season.
F4, bueno, o sea,
F4.
por lo menos la-
So Croatia will be in the way bottom of the table.
In Group F between Croatia and Belgium.
Okay.
queda Portugal.
There's still Switzerland and Uruguay.
Portugal,
Those are the two teams that
perdón,
can still
Portugal.
play.
Es
If Uruguay against
Suiza.
Portugal, that's a
Suiza.
rematch. That right
Uruguay
there's a
no puede ir al
rematch.
grupo de Brasil, será Suiza al grupo de Brasil. No hay más.
Okay, so Uruguay will play against Brazil. Oh, no, they can't. They'll play against Portugal.
Two-time FIFA World Cup winners Uruguay were the first
El regreso de Uruguay en la eliminatoria.
in 1930.
Uruguay y Portugal se enfrentaron en 2018.
We do have our first constraint of the evening. They can't go into Group G.
Yeah, they can't go to
Podría
Group G
ser
since
el
they're both from South
último
America. So they'll
mundial
go to
de
Portugal.
Edinson
Got a
Cavani,
rematch,
Luis
Portugal
Suárez.
versus
No sé ustedes,
Uruguay.
pero yo inmediatamente me los imaginé a Luis Suárez contra Cristiano
Take
Ronaldo.
out the next ball. Thank you.
Aquí viene la posición de Uruguay en el grupo H. Y Suiza
H3 for Uruguay as they
irá
join
al
Portugal.
grupo de Brasil.
Our final
So
ball.
Uruguay
Final ball, Lota.
will play against Portugal,
La
and they
última
got the
bola
H3
en
position.
salir.
So
al
last
grupo
one's
de
going to be
Brasil.
obviously Switzerland, and they'll play against Brazil. Didn't they play? They played against. Yeah, they were in the same group last
Switzerland.
World Cup.
And finally, three-time quarterfinalists Switzerland
Décima
competing
segunda Copa
in
del
their
Mundo
12th FIFA World
para
Cup
los suizos.
in a row.
Que cayeron en octavos en
Depends on where
Rusia
they
contra
land.
Suecia por 1-0.
Which is where Switzerland will go. Rabah,
Clasificaron sin perder ni un solo partido.
A ver si tenemos algún enfrentamiento.
Thank you.
Si es G2, debuta contra Brasil.
Will they play against Brazil first? No one got the second seed. That's crazy. G3. What a surprise.
So G3 for Switzerland.
Pues hasta el momento el E, ¿no? Va pintando como el grupo de la muerte. España y Alemania.
Yeah, Spain and Germany in the same group.
In
That's
pot
the group
three,
of death
we
already.
have
De
Senegal,
entrada, me
Islam,
parece que España y Alemania, ¿no? Dos potencias
Alright,
para
now we're
campeones del
top
mundo.
three.
México tristemente no lo es. Es un gran
In this
competidor,
pot,
pero no es una
We'll
potencia.
still
Sí lo es la
have, let's see,
selección de
1,
Argentina.
2,
So Adele, you're going to
México le ha dado siempre
Sí.
problemas.
two.
Leipzig,
We only have two
el
teams
gol
that
de
already have
Maxi
two European
Rodríguez.
teams, so there's
De
still
Peña,
3 groups
no
that
me
can
lo
have
recuerdes.
2 European
El
teams in
gol en
them.
fuera de lugar de Carlitos Tevez.
Okay,
Atención que va la primera bola
Next group.
del pote 3. Aquí el equipo de evitar es Senegal, campeón de África.
the first one is Iran.
Islamic Republic of Iran.
The Islamic Republic of Iran will be making their
Alright.
third successive appearance at the FIFA World Cup.
La República
So they will
Islámica de
play
Irán.
against Qatar
in
and Netherlands.
2014 and 2018.
Depends
so
who they
No
play against
pueden ir al
first.
grupo A.
here they can't go
Jugarán en
into
el
Group
grupo
A, as they're in the same
B.
confederation.
A, 2, and 3 are still
Irán y
available, so
Qatar
it just depends on which one they get.
De la
So
misma
JJ,
confederación.
Oh no, that's right, since Qatar is from the
Contra quién
Saudi
debuta
division,
Inglaterra o
they will be
Estados
playing against either
Unidos.
England or the
Atención,
United States. No idea. Last time I saw it was in the
el
bathroom.
debut de Inglaterra será contra Irán.
B2.
B2, so it will be an opening game fixture in Group
So
B between
England will play against
and
Iran
the
as the
Islamic
first group.
Republic of
Irán que va a
Iran.
su sexta Copa del Mundo.
Which I think we know who's winning that one.
Nunca ha avanzado de la fase de grupos.
Alright. Who's next?
El grupo de
They might play in
Argentina,
Group
México,
A, depending on which country they're from. No, this one's still gonna be
Senegal.
Senegal. Oof. Group A, Senegal.
Africano.
African champions, Senegal.
El campeón
First African country to show up.
de América y el
So they
subcampeón
will play in
de
Group A.
CONCACAF. Le vuelvo a preguntar, vamos armando este como el grupo de la muerte. Gurwitz.
Of any African nation at the tournament.
Netherlands and Senegal are going to be
We
so
don't have any
happy.
constraints here, so we
Bala.
go
Senegal might actually be able to escape their
Porque
group
nos
now.
salteamos, discúlpeme, me ganó la emoción.
All right.
Faltaba
Who they play
Irak,
against
que
first? They
quedó
play against
vacío
Qatar first, or
porque
they play against the
no
Netherlands
había
first?
separación geográfica de Irán.
They play against.
Menos mal.
They'll play against the Netherlands first.
So Senegal's first game.
Senegal debuta contra Holanda. Hermoso partido.
That's a beautiful game
La
right
Senegal
there.
que se mete por
The
cierto, tras
Netherlands
ganar en los
versus
penaltis
Senegal.
al Egipto de
Sadio Mane
Salah.
versus Gini
Tenemos
Wijnaldum.
inauguración de la Copa del Mundo.
Two excellent. Well, Gini Wijnaldum being an
El
excellent
bombo
player.
3, el rival.
Van Dijk.
Ahora sí.
El bombo 4, perdón. Ahora sí, el grupo C.
Group C. Poland.
Polonia.
Okay.
Poland have now qualified for the FIFA
Poland
World
will be in the same group as
Cup on 9
Argentina and
occasions.
Mexico.
Ahí viene Lewandowski.
In third place in both
So we'll have
1974
Messi versus
Máximo
Lewandowski
goleador,
/
por cierto,
Irving
europeo,
Irving
Lewandowski,
Lozano.
45 goles en 37 partidos y sumamos selecciones.
Depends who they play against
Una
first.
curiosidad, en todos los ensayos que hizo FIFA del sorteo de Copa del Mundo, el 25%
I was so
de las
happy Poland
ocasiones
qualified when they
salió
beat Sweden. It was
Polonia
a
en el grupo
really
de
good
México.
game. Well done by Zielinski and Lewandowski to get those 2 goals to get them through.
Sí.
Increíble.
A ver si debuta.
Against
Polonia, México es el debut.
Mexico. Poland will play against Mexico in
So
the first game.
C4 for Poland.
Se me cumplió lo que te dije, Miguel Gurwitz. Lewandowski contra Memo Ochoa.
Polonia frente a
Yeah,
México.
oh. Lewandowski versus Memo Ochoa. Yeah, I know who's gonna win that fight. Well, if he's ever left alone, that's why we need Mexico's defense to be a lot more sturdy.
Anota el Mourinho polaco que agarró el equipo hace muy poco. El
Next
señor
group, this has to be. It can't be Serbia. Okay.
Serbia.
Ooh, Serbia gonna go all the way to Group
Va a
G,
tener que terminar en el
since
G.
they can't be in the same group as France, Denmark, Spain, Germany, or Belgium, Croatia. They have to go all the way to Brazil versus Switzerland.
European teams in groups D, E, and F. So we've had to skip to Group G. So that's where Serbia will be placed. So Rabah, could you please step
Who will they
to
play against? Will they play against Brazil first, or they play against
Serbia es
Switzerland first?
rival de Brasil.
Which Switzerland versus Serbia will be a good game, by the way. Dusan Vlahovic versus Moda Embolo.
Brasil debuta
They will play against
contra
Brazil
Serbia.
first.
So Brazil's opening game at this
Una
year's
serie que
Serbia
cayó en primera ronda en el Mundial de Rusia.
as they
Sí, aclarar a
join
la gente que es reconocido por FIFA y por
I did
UEFA
not.
como descendiente único y directo de la
We
ex
still have Japan,
Yugoslavia.
Morocco, South Korea, and Tunisia.
Serbia,
to be coming
que
out.
fue el equipo que clasificó de manera directa en el grupo de Portugal.
And since none of them are from any
a los
different regions, they
portugueses
can
al
manage. This was
repechaje.
definitely going to be in Group C, or I mean Group D.
Tunisia.
Tunisia will be playing against France and Denmark.
Tunisia are
Tunis.
participating in their 6th FIFA World Cup and second in succession, having also qualified
And
for
the-
the finals in 2018.
Con
So
Francia y
Tunisia will be
Dinamarca.
joining
Well,
France
does it
and
when a
Denmark
plan
in
comes
Group
together?
D.
Usually
Ali,
do.
that's you, please. Pot D, please.
So Tunisia, which is honestly the easiest group, team of that group, considering they barely scraped by to qualify. And they will play against
Dinamarca debuta
Denmark.
contra
D4.
Túnez.
D4 for
Tunisia versus
Túnez, que se
Denmark. That will be an
convirtió
interesting
en el
match, which I
primer
think
país
Denmark should be
africano
able
en ganar
to
un
easily
partido
win
de
that,
Copa del Mundo.
considering
Fue
the
en Argentina
standard of players that they have right now with
78,
Simon
aquella
Kjaer.
Argentina 78
Christian Eriksen, I
para la
think, will be
selección
coming back for the
mexicana.
World
Esa
Cup.
victoria llegó contra México,
Kasper
3-1.
Schmeichel in goal, Kasper Dolberg up front, Mikael Damsgaard, the young talent.
Japan.
Japan will be in the same group as Spain and Germany. That's a group of death.
Third
That is
time
Group E is definitely the group of death right there.
Que no podemos asignarle
2010.
ni horarios ni
for
estadios
Japan.
a los partidos.
Will they play against Spain first, or will they play against Germany first?
Entre el comité organizador, la FIFA,
Ohayo gozaimasu.
selecciones participantes.
And I just cringed myself. I'm sorry.
Japón puede, vaya, debut.
Will they play against Spain or Germany?
Toca Alemania
They'll play
para
against
el
Germany
equipo-
first.
Al equipo nipón, dirigido
So
por el
Japan
técnico que lo
going to
dirigió.
D4 and
All right.
Germany.
So there's still Morocco and South Korea left. And
Yao,
Y presente desde
Moriyasu.
I think it'd be really cool if we get to see. I'd like to see South Korea in Group G if we can hopefully get that. Because I'd love to see. I think they can actually beat Switzerland. Morocco.
Marruecos.
Morocco.
So they will be going into Group F instead of
Croacia.
What? Oh, I messed up. I put this in the wrong spot. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm being stupid. Because I put Serbia in the wrong group. Serbia and the Brazil, Switzerland group. I put them in the Belgium group. So they will be in the. Morocco will be in the same group as Belgium and Croatia. And that automatically means that South Korea will be in Group H with Portugal and Uruguay, which is a harder group. But I feel like they can pull through.
Debuta
Morocco versus Croatia.
el equipo marroquí.
Against Croatia.
All right.
Final ball, please, Adele.
Corea es el último que
The final
queda.
ball will be South Korea. It just depends on whether they play against Portugal first or Uruguay
El
first.
grupo de Portugal y Uruguay.
Korea Republic.
Korea Republic have featured
Okay.
at the FIFA World Cup on
I'm excited. I'm so excited to see South Korea. They did so good in the qualifiers for the World Cup. When they lost their last game against the United Arab Emirates, they had Sonny on the game, but besides that, most of them were like meh
Y
players.
escuchábamos, ¿no? 11
They already knew their
participaciones con
qualification was
estos,
granted,
pero
so they decided to give
solo en
some
12
younger
ocasiones
Nisa
ha logrado
opportunities. So I
superar
think
la fase
South
de
Korea
grupos en el
could possibly put up a
2002
good
y en
fight
el
against
10.
Uruguay and Portugal, considering that they did beat Germany during the last World Cup.
Uruguay debuta contra Corea.
So South Korea will play against Uruguay.
Republic, and that concludes the draw for pot 3.
So pot 3 has been confirmed already. So all we have now is pot 4 that has Canada, Cameroon, Ecuador, Saudi Arabia, Ghana, the winner between Ukraine, Scotland, and Wales, and the winner between New Zealand and Costa Rica, and the winner between the United Arab Emirates, Australia, and Peru.
Como el más pesado,
So far, Group of Death, easy Group E.
él se empieza a
Group
tomar
E is
forma
easy
también,
Group of
¿eh?
Death, considering they have Spain, Germany, and Japan. Considering Japan did amazing in the Asia qualifiers. Germany and Spain speak for themselves.
Y los repechajes.
So now we just have these coming ones. Which personally, for me, if you ask me, I think Ukraine will qualify between the three of them because their squad is a lot better in my opinion. Should they be level-headed with this whole situation Ukraine's going through? I'm sorry. But Costa Rica, I feel like they'll beat New Zealand, and Peru will beat both Australia and United Arab Emirates easily. So the first one, playoff
International
1.
playoff numero 1.
Intercontinental playoff 1. I don't know which one that one is. I don't know if that's the one with Costa Rica.
Continental.
Australia take on Peru.
Oh, so it's the winner between the United Arab Emirates, Australia, and Peru.
D. Ali,
They'll go all the way to
so
Group
could you please
D,
get to pot
considering they
D
can't be in the same group as
and move
Qatar.
that final ball, please.
El Intercontinental 1 es
So,
Australia contra Emiratos.
So it's going to be
contra
the
Costa Rica.
United Arab Emirates / Australia,
Emiratos Árabes.
Australia
Lindo grupo para Francia.
/ Peru.
Sí, pero ¿por qué había?
So should Peru qualify, it'll be a rematch between Peru and Denmark.
¿Cuál era el problema?
Wait, didn't Denmark? Wait. France and Denmark were in the same
Pero no
group
podía ser Emiratos Árabes.
last time. Yeah.
Porque era-
Yeah, if Australia, no, so that's crazy. So last year, France, Australia, Peru, and Denmark were in the same group, and they're all in the same group technically right now.
Sí puede ir
Ecuador.
This
Al
is
grupo A.
Ecuador's
So Ecuador will be playing in the Group A.
They made their debut in 2002.
Ahí está la
Their best
inauguración, ¿no?
performance came in 2006 when they reached the round of
Ecuador
16.
will be playing against Qatar, Senegal, and the Netherlands. I think Ecuador can beat Qatar because we did see them beat them in the Copa America from last 2019, I believe it was. Senegal and Netherlands, I think they're too hard for them. So Netherlands and Senegal are going in for me.
A2 for Ecuador. So the opening game at this year's World Cup will be between our
Qatar,
host
Ecuador, Senegal, and the Netherlands, which is going to be a fantastic game. The first game will be Qatar versus Ecuador. That'll be for the first match of the World Cup 2022.
Ay, tremenda
Ser el que
eliminatoria.
abra la Copa del Mundo.
So far, the draw's looking really good. It's looking really good and spicy. I'm loving it.
Tiene al rival de Estados Unidos
By the
posiblemente.
way, I wish Egypt would have qualified.
No será.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, they can be in Group B, so they're going to go into Group C against Argentina, Mexico, and Poland.
And second in a row. Their best performance to date is a run to the round of 16 in 1994.
So we do have a constraint here. They can't go into Group B. as they're on the
So
same
Saudi Arabia can go into Group B with England, Iran, and the USA, because Iran is both from the Asia division. So we will see Saudi Arabia be playing against Argentina, Mexico, and Poland. Which out of all those groups, it's going for me, Argentina's going to go through no matter what. Argentina got a relatively easy group. The hard one, the team that's going to be hard to decide is going to be between Mexico and Poland. Because they're both on like similar levels to me.
Entonces, Argentina, Arabia Saudita, México contra Polonia.
Poland.
For another ball, please.
Let's see.
It's getting quick.
Wait, this has to be...
Está bien.
Okay. So the team between Ukraine, Scotland, and Wales can only either show up in Group B or Group H.
Intercontinental playoff.
Intercontinental playoff number 2.
Intercontinental playoff 2.
Which is between New Zealand and Costa Rica, which it can go into Group A because if Costa Rica qualifies,
So we do have
and Austria, so yeah, so it'd have to go all the way to Group E.
as they're in the same confederation as the USA. So we jump to Group E.
Yeah, so New Zealand, the winner between New Zealand and Costa Rica will be in the same group as Spain, Germany, and Japan.
Es decir, que si pasa Costa Rica, debutará contra España.
Exactamente.
So E2.
So I think Costa Rica will win that game between them and New Zealand, and they'll play against Spain first.
In Group E.
La posibilidad de que estén en la
Another
misma.
ball, please.
Okay, and we still have Canada, Cameroon, Ghana, and the European playoff.
El rival de Estados Unidos.
United States will be playing against England, Iran, United States.
European playoff.
Okay, so that's gonna be the European playoff. So the winner between Ukraine, Scotland, and Wales would be in the same group as England, Iran, and the United States.
Y el contra el ganador de Ucrania frente a Escocia será el rival de los Estados Unidos.
Scotland.
Es decir, que Greg Berhalter va a tener que esperar hasta junio para conocer a su rival. Tendrá la posibilidad de viajar
Wales.
a verlos en persona.
Okay, so we have England, Iran, United States, and what I'm assuming Ukraine to be in the same group.
Or Wales going into Group B with England.
Bueno, pues ahí está conformado ese grupo todavía con el repechaje por determinar si es
To
Gales, si
me,
es Escocia
England
o es
and
Ucrania.
United States are standouts right now.
Estados Unidos.
It just depends who qualifies between Scotland. If Scotland qualifies, I think they're not going to make it. Wales qualify, I don't think they're going to make it. For now, at least England and United States qualify for me in that group.
Camerún.
Cameroon,
Cameroon.
one of the two African nations, they can show up in Group F. It's either Group G or H.
Contra Suiza y está en el grupo de Brasil.
Other African nation. This will be their 8th participation.
So we do
They're
have
gonna be in
another
Group G or
constraint
H.
here in Group F. They can't go in that group as they're in the same confederation.
Ahí veíamos a Rigobert Song, su
Because of
técnico,
Morocco. They can't
mucho
go into
tiempo
Group
como
F because of
auxiliar en
Morocco.
esta selección y
Is that
finalmente
Group G or Group H?
Canadá, Miguel, irá al grupo de Portugal, Uruguay.
I can't wait to see other
Uruguay y
people's
Corea,
reactions to this because this is actually
porque si
going to
sale
be good.
Ghana no puede ir al
This is going to
grupo
be such a
F.
good. This is going to be such a good tournament. I love the Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. That's going to be such a good group.
Está G4.
So they'll be in
Queda
Group
Ghana
G.
So G4.
In G4.
Y Canadá.
Two more balls
Si sale Canadá,
now in the draw this evening.
si sale Ghana, perdón, no puede ir
Another one, please.
al grupo F, que será el
Cameroon.
rival de Portugal.
So there's
Uruguay y
only
Corea.
Canada and Ghana left, but Canada has to be the one to show up in Group F.
Ghana no puede estar en el F.
So Ghana will be going to Group H.
For 4 out of 5 FIFA
y Canadá
World Cups since
estará
making
haciendo
their
su
debut
presentación
in
ante
So Ghana,
2006.
so that group will consist of Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and oh,
Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay y Corea
Do have the same
se han
constraint.
armado.
Ghana versus Uruguay. Luis Suarez with the shithousery from the 2010 World Cup. Let's see if he'll bring it back again. Just bite one of the players. Just bite Thomas Partey. Do it. You won't. The balls. We already know what it's going to be. It's going to be H2.
H2.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Portugal's
contra
opening
Ghana,
game
que
in Group H will be against
Clasificó
Okay, so that just leaves
el
Canada. Canada's going to go in the same group as Belgium, Morocco, and Croatia. Ooh. That's going to be good, considering how well Canada played in the qualifiers. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good.
Ahí está la confirmación de que
So the way the groups are standing, okay, Group A, we have Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and the Netherlands will be in Group A. Group B consists of England, Iran, the United States, and the winner of the European playoff, which I think is going to be Ukraine. Group C has Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. Group D has France, the fucking Intercontinental Playoff 2, which consists of United Arab Emirates, Australia, and Peru, with Denmark and Tunisia also making up that group. Spain, the Intercontinental Playoff 1, Germany and Japan, which is definitely a group of death. Whoever's if it's Costa Rica, which I think it is, I'm sorry, Costa Rica, you're not winning a single game. Well, unless they beat Japan, which is, I don't think they will. Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia make Group F. Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon make Group G. And Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea make up Group H. So this is going to be a really interesting matchups. My predictions, Group A, I think Netherlands and Senegal will go through. Group B, England and United States will go through. Group C, Argentina and... I'm not going to betray my country. Mexico. Argentina and Mexico will go through. Group D, France and Denmark will go through for me. Group E, Spain and Germany will go through. Group F, Belgium and Croatia will go through. Sorry, Canada. Group G, Brazil and that's a hard one. I'll make the bold prediction. Brazil and Serbia will go through. And Group H, Portugal and Uruguay will go through. Wait, no. Yeah, Portugal and Uruguay. I don't think South Korea can I feel like South Korea will make an upset, but it won't give enough to help them get to the round of 16. That was great. I love that. It was a really good. It was really good groups. I'm really excited to see. My favorite groups to see are Group E, Group C, and Group H. Considering we have Portugal versus Uruguay as a revenge from 2018's World Cup's round of 16 eliminatory for the Portuguese. And considering that Uruguay and Ghana are also the same group, and South Korea can make an upset, considering how good they have been lately, with the resurrection of their whole country, with a lot of players showing up, especially you can't deny Ronaldo. But regardless, I'll call that the video. It was really fun actually doing this, and people are talking about it right now, whatever, but thank you for watching with me, and I can't wait to see other people's reactions. It's going to be so good to watch. Thank you for watching with me. Bye-bye.